Evanston Regional in 4-H with Cambry Fairborn and with Jason Hansen of the Lyman Eagles. Coach, always a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
This is a fun matchup, Rich and Lyman. Of course, this year, Rich has a few games under their belts. This will be your first game of the season.
Yeah, we're...
With Coda Lundgren of the Rich Rebel girls basketball team. Coach, great couple of wins, especially Saturday.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
thing no one knows. Except for they'll blame it on me. What is Ryan thinking? Good job, Britt. Good job, Brittany.
Staple has a Rebel rebound. Kendall turns and runs. She's not one to slow things down. Another perfect screen by Hatch, and this time it's Tingy with the finish on the left side.
Rich Rebel girls basketball is on.
Brown follows a screen inside right post. She missed the first shot, got her own board, and put it back up and in.
Coming off a second consecutive third-place finish at state, the Rebels return for the 2019-2020 season, with sights taking it to the next level.
Walentine, left corner three, her third triple of the quarter.
Coach Cody Lundgren returns for his 5th season on the bench.
She gets the pass to the right corner, three-point shot off the back of the iron, just missed by inches, but Brown chases down the Rebel rebound.
And with the athletes, the experience, and the will to win, the Rebels are ready to run.
Staple drives and floats from the left baseline and hits it.
MyLocalRadio.com presents Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 Rebel Radio, with live streaming video at MyLocalRadio.com.
JC goes free throw line. Hatch pulls the trigger and knocks it down. Sydney Hatch with the bucket.
Rich High School Hoops is presented by Evanston Regional Hospital, Plains Tire of Evanston, by Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, by Come On In of Casper, Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitor Bureau, The Store, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Rebound, Rebels go the other way. Allie Walentine, perfect screen by Sydney Hatch. She just screened off the defense, and Allie finished on the left side with the drive.
And now, Rebel Roundball fans,
The Staple baseline jumper is good.
put on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on the Rebels
Hatch stuffs it. Sydney Hatch having a great couple of series.
as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan Steineckert.
Good afternoon and welcome, Rebel fans, to Rich High Rebel Basketball on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. We're on KDQ FM 98.3, and as always, you can watch on MyLocalRadio.com. Today, the Rebels are at Lyman to face the Lyman Eagles, the team that Rich hasn't taken down in a bunch of years. In fact, they've lost, I think, 5 straight to the Lyman Eagles. We'll tell you more about that when we return on the Christopher Staple Family Scene Set here on Rebel Radio. Tip-off is set for 1 o'clock. We've got the JV action going on. The Rebels leading 34-16, and varsity pregame when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here. You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cash Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Welcome back to the pregame show. It's the Rebels at the Lyman Eagles today, 1A at 3A. This Lyman Eagles team took second place in the state tournament last year. The Rebels third at the 1A state tournament in Utah. And it's an exciting matchup today. And our scene set is brought to you by the Christopher Staple family, wishing the Rebels the best. And taking a look at some records and what the Rebels and Eagles have done so far. Rich, being the visiting team, we'll take a look at them first. Rebels at 4-0 on this young season, with wins over Bryce Valley and Valley in Utah, and then Westside and Bear Lake in Idaho. The Rebels last were in action with a 57-54 overtime win over the Bear Lake Bears, and what was a real barn burner, and a lot of fouls. 3 players fouled out, 1 from Rich, 2 from Bear Lake. and swept that. 2 from Rich, 1 from Bear Lake, and it was a great rivalry game. Rebels came out with the victory 57-54. So Rich comes into this game at 4-0 and looking pretty good so far, scoring about 54 points a game, allowing just under 38 points a game. And that's especially impressive when you consider Bear Lake in overtime scored 54, which brought that number from about allowing 32 points a game up to 38. So Rebel defense has been solid this year, and the offense really pouring on the points. Bryce Valley, for example, Rich won that game to open the season 42-37. Bryce Valley has not allowed anybody more than 30 points since that loss to Rich, where they allowed the 42. So Rebel offense working well so far. We'll see if they can keep that going today against a physical, a big, and a larger Lyman Eagles team who have not played yet this year. This is their first game of the season. It's a season opener on their home court against the Rebels. So the stats there we're looking at for offensive points per game, if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, that's last year. Lyman averaged almost 54 points a game, allowed 39 points per game in what was a very dominant season. They had a great year last year and finished overall 22-6. They went 5-1 in the 3A Southwest Conference and made it to the state title game, where they lost by 15 against a Douglas team that I believe went undefeated last year. May have lost a game or two in the like against a 4A team, but Douglas was a very good team last year, and Lyman lost to them by 15 in that championship game. The Eagles have a few state titles in their history, in fact 4 to be exact, most recently in 2015 when they were playing in a 2A state tournament, and in 1995, 1985, and 1979. So state championships scattered over the last 40 years, 4 times for the Lyman Eagles. As for the last time these teams met, Rich hosted Lyman last January on the 24th, and Lyman jumped out to a 22-7 first quarter lead and never looked back. The Rebels outscored Lyman by 2 points the rest of the way, but that wasn't enough. Being down by 15, ended up losing 62-49. McKenna Stacy, Allie Wallenstein both scored in double figures in the game, and Rich will need to have a better start today. We'll talk about that a little bit more in our Thompson Ranch Keys of the Game in just a bit. And looking back at the history between these two teams, again, it's 6 in a row wins for Lyman in this series matchup. But a big difference today on the court for Lyman. We've talked about a lot, and I think we're familiar with the Rebels and what they've brought back from last season. The Lyman Eagles graduated a player that is a kind of a generational type player. She's McKinley Bradshaw, who led the Eagles in volleyball and basketball. She's now playing for the University of Wyoming Cowgirls basketball program. Came off the bench last night, I think scored 26 points in their game for the Wyoming Cowgirls, who were undefeated in Mountain West Conference play. And Bradshaw, one of the first ones off the bench generally for that team, averaging last year as an Eagle, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3.5 steals, or 3.5 assists, 5.5 steals, and 2 blocks per game as a senior at Lyman High School. And so far, prior to last night's game, had been averaging just under 5 points a game coming off the bench for the Division I Wyoming Cowgirls. So they'll miss McKinley Bradshaw, but I think this is a Lyman Eagles team with a good core. They've got Bryce Hansen, the coach's daughter, who shoots very well, and I think she'll lead the way in part, along with Mandy Air and Nicole Peden, a couple of seniors that contributed to last year's team. We've got an interesting matchup today, so stay tuned. The Rebels and the Lyman Eagles. This has been your scene set, brought to you by the Christopher Staple family, wishing the Rebels the best. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more of our pregame coverage, including the Standout Student, brought to you by Rich County 4-H, when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Back at Lyman High School, where the Rebel JV girls team leads 38-20. There was a freshman game scheduled, but Lyman has this game with Rich today, and then they'll play again later today against Kemmer. So they said just with the numbers they have on the team, not enough players to play a freshman, a JV, and a varsity twice in one day. So just a JV and varsity today against the Lyman Eagles. And again, Rich JV leads big, 18-point lead with just under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, rather. Let's move along in our pregame coverage and hear from our standout student, Cambry Fairborn, a junior at the high school. With Cambry Fairborn, a junior at Rich High School. Thanks so much for your time today, Cambry.
Yeah, no problem.
How's your junior year going?
It's going pretty good.
What's good about it? What have you enjoyed?
I'm doing musical this year, so that's really fun, and I like doing the college classes too. It's a really cool opportunity.
Cambry, what is your role in The Little Mermaid?
I am Flotsam, one of Ursula's eels.
Are you excited for that?
Of course.
You seem pretty bubbly and happy. I don't know, isn't Flotsam, like I've seen the cartoon 100 years ago, but how's that going to fit your personality?
I don't know. Mr. Wood says I need to like channel my inner demon or something, so I'll work on it.
Have you found any kind of inspiration?
Just watching the movies, and he just says to kind of talk slow. I guess have a little trouble with that, but I'll do good.
Do you have to sing? I can't remember.
Yeah, there's like this one called Sweet Child, and that's a really fun one. I'm excited for that.
Cool. And is that 4 nights or 2 nights?
2 nights.
And the other 2 nights, are you in the background somewhere?
I think so, yeah, I'll be an extra.
Had you done the musical last year or the year before?
Yeah, I did the Footloose last year.
What role did you have there?
I was Eleanor Dunbar. She was like kind of the judge person. She was the coach's wife or something.
So you're doing the musical, and then you said taking some college classes. Are you working toward an associate's?
Yep.
Good for you. And do you have a plan for after Rich High School?
Yep. I want to graduate with my associates and then go to 1 year of college, then on a LDS mission, and then finish college and try to get my master's degree and be a art teacher.
An art teacher. So you taking some art right now?
I'm not taking some art, but art's just a hobby.
What do you love about it or like about it?
I just like how creative you could be with it. You could basically create anything you want, and it's really relaxing. It's really fun.
So I don't know what the landscape is right now. Are there art teachers in middle schools, high schools, elementary schools? Where would you want to end up?
Maybe in Logan or just somewhere around, not exactly in Rich County, but maybe somewhere in Utah.
Not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite, is it a medium, like paints or pencils or?
So I like to draw digitally. I'm trying to get better at traditionally, but I like to use an Apple pen, and it's really fun.
Like on an iPad or something?
I use a tablet.
A tablet, very cool. Like a favorite subject, landscapes, animals, people?
I like to draw people.
And is there something specific you look for in people? Like, do you have I mean, is it just a wide variety, or what do you like to draw?
I like to draw hair. Like, drawing their hair is really fun, and they have to have nice hair.
So do you find yourself sitting behind somebody with nice hair and suddenly you just start drawing in class and, oh, shoot, I better pay attention?
Sometimes, like, I'll get inspiration from people in class, like, their hair, but I like to draw, like, characters from, like, books and movies and stuff.
We're visiting with Cambry Fairborn, a junior at Rich High School. Cambry, anything else we should know about you, other hobbies that you have?
Just high fives and good vibes. It's all good, man.
Nice, I like it. Your junior year, you said is you're enjoying it. Are there activities or things like that you're really looking forward to this year?
Mm-hmm. I really like going to the games. Like, this is the first year I've actually gone to the games, and going to the basketball games. It's really fun to cheer and just to be with everyone. It's really fun.
How was that? Were you there Saturday night, the overtime win over Bear Lake?
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. I was screaming. It was good.
From a fan standpoint, were you guys nervous, excited? How was it?
I was very nervous, and I was very excited. It was very suspenseful.
Cambry, is there anything else we should know about you?
I like to play the piano. And my piano's name is Jeffrey.
Your piano's name is Jeffrey. How did your piano get that name?
I don't know. I just kind of got it off the top of my head.
What do you like to play on the piano?
I'll play by ear, but I like to play songs from video games. There's some pretty good songs from video games and from movies and stuff.
And you just pick that out by ear, or do you have to like get the sheet music and learn it?
I use both sheet music and playing by ear. If I listen to something a lot, then I'll pick it up.
That's really cool. Piano, anything else?
I can play the recorder.
Jeez, I just keep asking anything else. You got more and more every time. The recorder as well.
Yeah, but yeah, that's basically it.
So, Cambry, last question then is, what's your favorite thing about being a Rich Rebel?
I love everyone here. I really like the community. Like, I used to go to a big school, so I didn't really know all my classmates, but here I know all my classmates, and it's really nice to get to know them.
Cambry Fairborn, thanks so much for your time, a junior at Ridge High School. Good luck with the rest of your junior year and going forward.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much, Cambry. A pleasure to talk with the junior at Ridge High School. Today's standout student has been brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Stay tuned. We'll hear from the coaches when we return. We'll have the Town and Country Realty Coaches Show on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
This is a Lady Rebel basketball coach, Cody Lundgren, and you're tuned in to the pregame show on Rebel Radio. Opening tip is less than 20 minutes away on KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to the Cody Lundgren Coaches Show, brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Cornea at 435-779-0012. The Rebels have lost 6 straight against the Lyman Eagles. In fact, they haven't taken down the Eagles since 04-05 season. Last year, the Rebels had a rough start, came back, but it was too little too late and lost 62-49. We'll see how things go this afternoon at Lyman. No one sees the game the way the coaches do, so we'll take a few minutes to visit with opposing coach Jason Hansen, and then we'll talk to Rebel head man Cody Lundgren and get his thoughts on today's game. We'll be right back with more of Rich Rebel basketball on KDQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
With Jason Hansen of the Lyman Eagles. Coach, always a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
This is a fun matchup, Rich and Lyman. Of course, this year, Rich has a few games under their belts. This will be your first game of the season.
Yeah, we're going to see what we have, right? You know, very first thing out of the gate. And I know I've been following Rich, and it seems like they've been having a great season so far.
This has been a fun matchup the last few years. You've gotten the better of the Rebels, but you've had a particularly good team. Last year, second place at the state tournament.
Yeah, we had a great team last year. Had some great seniors. Definitely going to miss them this year, but I'm excited for what we have coming back, and look forward to seeing some new players and new faces.
One of those, obviously, McKinley Bradshaw, who's getting a lot of minutes with the University of Wyoming Cowgirls. But, Coach, tell me about who you bring back with varsity experience from last year.
3 players got a lot of playing time last year. Mandy Ayer, Nicole Peden, and Bryce Hansen, and they were big for us all year last year. Got real big game experience, and I look for them to really shine.
Last year, at least my memory with McKinley, McKaylee had good size. How much size and length do you have coming back with the girls you've got this year?
We'll still be fairly big. We're not extremely tall like we were last year, but everybody has a pretty good body, and they're pretty physical, and we're not afraid to mix it up, I'd say.
The physicality is something I think Rich will need to try and match from you guys today.
Yeah, I'm, just watching them play. Rich looks super fast. Look like they have really good guards. and they got some good players inside that we're really going to have our hands full. And I kind of real nervous about this game, so I hope we don't get ran out of the gym the very first game of the season. So.
Last year, it was about the opposite. You guys jumped out to, I think, a 15-point lead in the first quarter and then maintained that lead the rest of the way. Rich hung with you, but I think you guys won by 13.
Yeah, I thought we tried some new stuff last year when we went to Rich, and it really worked well at the first quarter. I think Rich was a little bit nervous of us, and then they settled right in, and they played point for point with us, and they're not going to be nervous of us this year. I think they have a lot of veteran players that you can tell just by watching them on video.
When you've probably had experience with this, when you have a team that feels good, you got a lot of varsity experience coming back, you start well, like a 4-0, like Rich has done. What kind of confidence do you see from the girls in that situation?
They just seem like they know what they're doing on every single play, and Coach Lundgren does a great job, and he always has his team ready to play. And I noticed that they really bring the intensity level, and we're gonna have to try to match that. And when they have veteran players like that, they usually don't start slow. So so hopefully we can start fast with them.
How good will this be for you to open up the season on your home floor?
It's great. In the past we've always, traveled to Douglas or Lander, and with the roads the way they are, and it's great for our fans to be able to be here and kind of see us at the start, and maybe see us how we progress over the season.
Coach, anything else you want to touch on?
Just thanks for being here and being able to broadcast the game, and so I got a lot of family back in Idaho that really likes the program and watch it, and so it's been a blessing for me. So,
Coach Jason Hansen, thanks so much for your time. Good luck with the Rebels today and through the rest of your season.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much, Coach Hansen. This is the Town & Country Realty Coaches Show, brought to you by Pam Cornea, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. We'll return and talk with Cody Lundgren of the Rebels when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m. We invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Back at Lyman High School, where the Eagles and the Rebels are on the court warming up and getting ready to roll. We're 7 minutes from game time, and we move along in the Town & Country Realty Coaches Show to hear from Coach Cody Lundgren right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
If If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
With Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebel girls basketball team. Coach, great couple of wins, especially Saturday last week.
Yeah, we had a real good weekend. The girls came and, they performed well and came out with a couple W's, so that's always good.
What was the difference? Through the first 3 quarters, you'd outscored them by 8. In the fourth quarter, Bear Lake outscored you by 8.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know if it was just nerves or we got anxious or whatever, but the basket got small, and sometimes that happens. And we had a couple possessions where we didn't score, and we kind of lost Humphreys for a couple possessions, and she got a couple easy ones, so it kind of happens sometimes.
Last year you had a number of games. It seemed like there was a stretch of 4 or 5 games in a row where you'd get down and then fight from behind and come back to win. In the fourth quarter, you kind of saw that same fighter mentality. You guys weren't scared.
Yeah, no, we just kept playing, and we knew, if we just keep going, and it would come around and the game would take care of itself.
Against Bear Lake, we saw some trap, we saw some zone defense, some man. You feel like you handled all those things well?
Yeah. I mean, we run all that stuff within our system too, so we see it every day in practice. And I thought that we handled their trap. I thought that we handled, the different half-court defenses they sent to us, and our offense scored on all that. So I felt it was a good night for us.
The execution against Westside was very good. Your girls were sharing the ball really well. Did you see that same kind of thing against Bear Lake, a little better team?
Yeah, I did. I can't remember right, but I think our assists were right around 13 for Bear Lake, and I think against Westside we were around 17. So pretty similar. And, the point output was different between Bear Lake and Westside, but I just attribute that to a different defense and, more physical girls. But I thought they shared the ball very well, and it was fun to see them play like that.
You feel like Bear Lake is where would you rank them, like in best 1A teams that you would play with? They're right up there with any other 1A girls team in Utah?
It's hard to do that, Ryan, because of matchups and different girls out there in different positions. But I feel like, comparatively that's a very good basketball team, and they match up with us very well.
They got a lot of size, tough to contend with, but you guys did a great job.
Yeah, they got a lot of size. Their guards are very fast. They're very physical. They shoot the ball well. They're very skilled, and I thought we defended them very well.
Looking forward to seeing you guys play them again January 2nd, I think, next year. But, Coach, let's talk about your opponents this week, at Lyman and at Altamont. Those are another couple teams that will be good, bigger schools.
Yeah, they're two great programs, and, physical, and they play the game well, and it's going to be good for our program. Lyman, we play Lyman every year, and it's always a tough game. And then Altamont, they're usually got some very physical players, so it'll be good for us.
Can we talk a little bit more in depth about Lyman? I know they lost a couple of Bradshaws, McKinley specifically, and they're still a very good physical and team with good size.
Yeah, we saw him this summer. They play some very good basketball. He runs some very good sets, and he's a very smart coach. So his defensive schemes will be right there, and he knows our team well, so he'll defend us as well as anybody will out there. And his daughter Bryce is a very good basketball player. She shoots the ball well, and he's got a lot of size, and he can rebound the ball well, and he's got some other guards that are very good. So they'll be a good team.
Is there anything specific about playing at Lyman? Is it just another road game, or is that a tough place to play?
I think anytime you're out of your gym, it's a little tougher, but I love playing there. It's a fun atmosphere, and Coach Hansen does a great job. He's a class act, so I'm excited to go play there.
Coach, congratulations on the 4-0 start. Good luck keeping it going. Thanks for your time, Coach Cody Lundgren.
Hey, thanks, man.
Welcome back. Thanks so much, Coach Cody Lundgren. Stay tuned. We've got more of the pregame show, including the keys of the game, the Town of Laketown Ledger, the pregame slice brought to you by Old Chicago Pizza, and more on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say, Go Rich Rebels!
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Back on the pregame show, our coaches show was brought to you by Town & Country Realty. We jump right into the Town of Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the mayor and town council of Laketown. Rebels and Eagles since 2004-05. That's where my records end against with these two teams. 7 matchups, and Lyman has won 6 of those, including the last 6 5 years in a row. They played twice in the 17-18 season, and it's been no contest. In fact, the Rebels' closest loss against Lyman in that time was in 2015-16, a 4-point loss, and Rich beat Lyman in 04-05, but since then has lost 6 straight. That's your Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the Town of Laketown. We'll be right back.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Eliana Brown with coverage of Rich High basketball on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Back at Lyman High School, and we jump into more of our pregame coverage. The keys of the game brought to you by Thompson Ranch. Good luck, Rebels, from the Lazy BT brand. And your keys are, number 1, the golden rule. Rebels have to take care of the ball. If they don't, against a Lyman team that will pressure a lot, try to force a lot of turnovers. If the Rich can't take care of the ball, they will not win this one. Got to have take care of the ball, the golden rule. Number 2, start strong. We talked about last year, the Eagles jumped out to a 22-5, 22-7 lead, and Rich kept pace the rest of the way, but it was too big of a deficit. Rich has to start strong to stay in this one. And number 3 is match the physicality. Anytime you play up against a 3A opponent, that physicality moves up a couple of notches. So Rich will have to match that physicality. Those are your keys of the game, brought to you by Thompson Ranch and the Lazy BT brand. Now for your Town of Woodruff starting lineups as they turn the lights down to announce the Lyman Eagles starters. We'll give you the Rebel starters real quickly first. The visitors, number 1, a junior McKenna Stacy. Number 2, a junior Sage Tingy. Number 5, a senior Allie Wallentyne. Number 23, a senior Eliana Brown. And number 35, a junior J.C. Cornea. I got a special presentation going on here with the video screen. Some lights and more. They've shut the lights out, and each of the players has recorded a little part of their sportsmanship talk leading up to the start of today's game. Encouraging fans to cheer for their team, not against their opponent, and things like that. The Lyman Eagles, a younger starting lineup, and for the first time in a number of years, McKinley Bradshaw not in that starting lineup for the Lyman Eagles. She's one of the first ones off the bench there at University of Wyoming for the Cowgirls. So the starters are number 3, a freshman, Caroline Bradshaw, who my understanding is she's the younger sister of McKinley Bradshaw. Number 4, a senior, Mandy Eyre. Number 10, a senior, Nicole Peden. Number 12, sophomore, Bryce Hansen. And number 13, a sophomore, Charlesie Rose. Hansen, of those returning this year, leading the way in scoring. Again, the Eagles have not played a game yet this year, but you look at what Hansen scored last year, 8 points a game, and consider that that's why if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, you see that Caroline Bradshaw has a couple of dashes there. She's a freshman, so this will be her first varsity basketball game with the Lyman Eagles. And so those are your starters, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Sabie, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell. And real quickly, your Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. Old Chicago Pizza in Logan. They have pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious fresh ingredient at a time at 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. Rebels are the visitors, so they'll be in the blues, the road blues. The Lyman in the home whites. We're at Lyman High School. Good crowd here out to watch the Eagles, braving the weather. Pretty rough for getting over the Sisters this morning as I drove through. But as soon as we got past the Travel America, things cleared up, and it was nice, comfortable driving after that. That's your pregame slice, brought to you by Old Chicago Pizza in Logan. Opening tip-off presented by Sabie Trucking. Scott and Diana Sabie. The Lyman Eagles win it and have the ball to start today's action. Eagles attacking right to left at mylocalradio.com. They go down inside, and Mandy Eyre gets in the air, comes down before she can make the pass. And the Eagles turn it over for the first time in the game. Now the Rebels will have a chance to score first. Full court pressure, man-to-man from Lyman, and McKenna Stacy just sprints past the D to beat that press. Stacy backs it out to the center timeline, and the Eagle gives to Wallenstein. Lyman defending way out high in what looks like a 1-3-1 zone. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Cornea up to Stacy, almost lost it, gets it back, and gives to Wallenstein. Down in the corner, and Brown can't hang on to a high pass that was out toward the sideline, and Rich turns it over as well. One turnover apiece, no score on the station on main scoreboard. 7:23 left here in this first quarter. And again, we thank all of our pregame sponsors, including the Rich County 4-H standout student and the Christopher Staple family bringing us the scene set. Allie Wallenstein steps in front for a Rich County government steal, but it's taken right back by Nicole Peden. Down inside on the left block, Bryce Hansen's shot blocked out of bounds, and Lyman keeps possession, I should say, from down on the baseline. Hansen inbounds. Brown tips that one away from her and out of bounds. Lyman basketball, this time from the sideline. 7:03 left, first quarter. No score on the station on Main scoreboard. Rebel boys in action tonight against the Wayne Badgers. At 8:30 tip-off. We'll hope to get that one on the air for you tonight on mylocalradio.com as well. Hansen gives off to Charlesie Rose, just a sophomore. Hansen, Rose, sophomores, and Caroline Bradshaw, a freshman, along with the two seniors, Mandy Eyre and Nicole Peden. Hansen around the top of the arc, looking backdoor, and Stacy comes in with strong help defense, a late whistle. McKenna got over there, put her hands straight up, planted her feet, but she just got a little too far, a little too close into Charlesie Rose, and Stacy picks up her first personal. So Rose heads to the line to shoot two. Rose's first swishes through, nothing but net. Charlesie last year averaged almost 2 points, a rebound and a half per game coming off the bench. Eagles went 22-6 last year, 5-1 in the 3A Southwest Conference. Rose swishes the second one through as well, 2 perfect free throws, and the Lyman Eagles lead 2-0. Tingy picks up the dribble, looks down right corner. Stacy fakes the three, tries to drive, and she's hit. Hip checked by Nicole Peden will be her first personal foul. Coach Hansen says, hey, she drives every time, so don't do that again. 6:34 left here in the first, and Lyman leads 2-0. Stacy inbounds. It's tipped outside. Brown chases it down at midcourt on a Crawford Trough in Randolph inbound play. The Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink in Randolph. Tingy on the right wing. Lyman defending, still in his own defense. Tingy dribbles away from the D, almost poked away. Quick hands by Caroline Bradshaw. Rebels do get it, go back door. Brown misses just short. Rebound poked away. Stacy comes up with it. She's in the clear to the lane and up with the hoop. The layup ties the score at 2-2. Andy Ayer quickly up court, throws into traffic. Ball poked away and out to Bryce Hansen for three, way over the top to McKenna Stacy with the Rebel rebound. Her second already of the game. Wallenstein, left wing three. Yes, swish, nothing but net for AWOL, and the Rebels take the lead 5-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Wallenstein with the T7 Propane and Woodruff three-point shot. Ayer on the left wing. That was a quick shot by Wallenstein. She was not hesitating at all to pull the trigger as she got open. Drive down the baseline, up and in. Caroline, no, that was Charles E. Rose, and she has all four of Lyman's 4 points. Tingy across the lane to Cornea, back outside to Wallenstein. Rebels had it down inside, but too much traffic in there. They kick it back outside and reset. Just over 5 minutes left in the first. Stacy has it poked away by Hansen, out of bounds. Rebel basketball. I said Hansen, that was Peden on the defense. Raven Heaton checks into the game. A sophomore replaces a freshman, and Caroline Bradshaw to the bench. Tingy, Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Goes to Wallenstein down in the right corner. Back to Tingy and then again to Wallenstein. Rebels so far, a T7 Propane and Woodruff three-pointer and one Bear Lake Physical Therapy basket, points in the paint. Stacy fakes a three. Double team comes. She dribbles away. Back to Wallenstein. Left wing three may have been blocked. And Peden rips down the rebound. Rebels fight her for it, and Peden traveled. A lot of pressure there as Peden pulled down the rebound. The Rebels pressured, forced the turnover. A second turnover of the game for Lyman with 4:44 left in the first quarter, and Rich leading 5-4. Rebel JV team won 44-23. Stacy inbounds and an easy takeaway for Bryce Hansen. The pass intended for Ellie Brown, just too soft. Up the other way, and Raven Heaton walks. A second walk in 2 consecutive possessions for Lyman. Gives it to Rich. Wallenstein will inbound from the baseline. Stacy receives the pass. Heaton goes for the steal, and McKenna's left to drive the lane all the way past everybody. Misses, but the offensive board left side, Ellie Brown, the putback is in. And Rich leads 7-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. L with the bucket, and the Rebels lead by 3, 7-4. Hansen goes free throw line. Ayer back door looking for Charles E. Rose. She had the pass that was a bit strong, and Rose couldn't hold on to it. 4 early turnovers for the Lyman Eagles. We talked about in one of the Thompson Ranch keys of the game was for Rich to take care of the basketball, that golden rule, which is treat the ball like gold, and Lyman has been the opposite. Rebels with 2 turnovers, Lyman with 4. Stacy against pressure, gets across the timeline, drives in, dishes right baseline. Tingy tries to drive, cut off. Good D. Back outside, Wallenstein, right wing three, a little strong over the top. Rebound tipped out of bounds, Rebel ball. Rich will inbound from the sideline in front of the Lyman Eagles bench. Another Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Tingy just hands it off into Stacy. McKenna, a couple of dribbles, defense way out on her. Bounce right side and a kick. Mandy Ayer got a little foot on it. And into the game, Hope Sinnott. The Rebels still with the starters out there. No, McKenna or Sydney Hatch just checked in. Eliana Brown to the bench with 2 points and a rebound. Under 4 minutes to go. We're midway through this first quarter, and the Rebels lead 7-4. Tingy. Ball ripped away. Ayer up ahead looking for Bradshaw. Caroline chases it down on the baseline, dishes back, and the shot too strong. Ayer with the rebound. The missed shot was Madison Harris. Eagles pull down the offensive board, kick it back outside to reset. Tingy sees the defense, or sees the pass coming, gets a hand on it, deflects it out of bounds. Just ran out of real estate on that far sideline, trying to chase it down and start a fast break. Rebels take a timeout, leading 7-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll take a quick one as well here in the first quarter on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Back at Lyman High School, first quarter, 3:20 left, and the Rebels lead 7-4. Allie Walentine's three-point bucket has been the difference so far. Charles E. Rose has all 4 of Lyman's points to start things off. Bryce Hansen, who of those returning for this Lyman Eagles team, is the leading scorer, at least from last year's stats. Caroline Bradshaw dribbles right, lobs inside, throws it too far, and Hadley Gross trying to save. The senior is out of bounds. Rebel basketball against the full court press. Walentine, again, it's a man-to-man full court pressure. Bradshaw defending Stacy. McKenna gets by her on the right side. Kicks right corner. Tingy inside, going across into the right post for Sydney Hatch, and she's bumped from behind. Hope Sinnott, the senior, I believe, just picked up her first foul, and the Rebels have a Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Cornea into Stacy. McKenna goes up over the top of the defense to Cornea. She had sealed her defender out. Perfect play, perfect pass, and the perfect finish. Cornea puts the Rebels up 9-4, and the assist to McKenna Stacy. On the Station on Main scoreboard, under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sinnott on the left wing, kicks up top. Gross lobs inside, trying to thread the needle. The Rebels deflected away out of bounds. Lyman basketball. Rebels packing the middle defensively and keeping Lyman from getting things inside. Some substitutions. Nicole Peden back into the game. The senior will trigger it in from the baseline. Peden looking in. She's got a man open for a second. It goes into Charles E. Rose. One dribble to her right, up and in off the window, and Rose has 6 points. That's all of Lyman's scoring. 9-6, Rebels lead. Stacy has it poked away by Caroline Bradshaw. Gets it back. Tingy around the top to Walentine. Right side. Tingy wanted the three, but defense got out on her. Goes over the top. Tingy goes up high to receive the pass. Throws it up. Just flung it up there, and Hadley Gross bumped her just enough for Tingy to draw the foul and head to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. First Bear Lake Realty free throws of the afternoon for the Rebel girls team. Lyman so far 2 for 2. That's Charles E. Rose. She has all 6 of the Lyman Eagles points. Tingy just over 50% from the free throw line. Put her right at 50%, I think, with that miss. No, she's 11 of 21 on the season, so still just over 50% shooting from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line with a second opportunity coming, and gets this one to rattle home. 10-6, Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Tingy's first bucket averages 7.5 points a game, 4 rebounds. 10-6, Rebels up by 4 at Lyman. On the right wing. Peden inside, one dribble, turn around, too strong over the top, and Ellie Brown with the Rebel rebound. Gives to Walentine. Awal pushes left side on the elbow. Tingy looks in and nothing there. Dribbles back outside around to Stacy on the right wing. Lyman really had overcommitted to the right side, but Stacy didn't want to take the risk on a long, dangerous pass and dribbles it out. Brown turns at the free throw line, travels, shuffled her feet as she's set to shoot. And the Rebels turn it over for a 4th time in this first quarter. I mentioned Lyman having trouble with turnovers earlier. The Rebels, that's already a 4th turnover. Each team with 4 turnovers apiece. 1:37 left in the first. Rebels on top, 10-6 at Lyman. Rose to the left wing. Hands off. Hansen dribbles to the free throw line. Kicks it outside. Walentine deflects it out of bounds. Lyman basketball from midcourt. Eagles, Charles E. Rose to Hansen. Bryce dribbles to her right. Rose with all 6 of Lyman's points in this first quarter. Rebels lead 10-6. Free throw line, left side. Gross back outside. Hansen fires the 3 over the top off the window, and Walentine with the Rebel rebound. Kicks it ahead to Stacy. McKenna across the timeline. Defense comes out and pressures. She'll dribble away and give to Walentine. Left wing, Tingy. Under a minute to go in the first. Free throw line. Hatch back out to Awal. Quick passing. Stacy set up for 3. Right baseline. No. Ellie Brown pulls down the rebound, but almost threw it away. It was deflected out of bounds by Raven Heaton. But Ellie Brown already with 3 rebounds, 2 offensive, and the Rebels have a chance to score. have another chance to score. Inbound, Stacy gets past her defender, pulls up from the left angle about 10 feet out and hits it. Stacy with 4 points. The Rebels doubling up the Eagles, 12-6 in this first quarter on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rose wanted to drive. Wallentine cut her off, and Rose kicks it back outside. Hansen wanted to drive. Same deal. Gives to Peden, long two, misses, and Wallentine has the rebound and rips it away from Rose. Good board by AWOL. Rebels push up the right side. Tingy hands back to Wallentine with 22 seconds to the left wing. Stacy looking inside for Brown, poked away by Hadley Gross out of bounds. And with 18.8 left in the first, Rebels inbound from the baseline. A Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. The Crawford Trough is open Wednesdays 11 to 2, Thursdays through Saturdays 11 to 7. So lunch on Thursdays, or lunch on Wednesdays, and then lunch and dinner Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Staple inbounds to Wallentine. Across the top, Tingy with 16 seconds. Backs it out a bit away from the defense. Down to 10 seconds in the first quarter. Brown, one dribble, gives to Tingy. Sage looks for some room, goes across the lane. Staple misses just short, may have been blocked. Mandy Air the rebound for Lyman. Dribbles up court and runs out of time before she can do anything. 12-6 at the end of the first. Rich on top on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll be right back with second quarter action on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Bridger Valley Invitational Tournament going on today at Lyman and in Mountain View. And the Kemmer Rangers just came to the gym, just arrived, the men and women. 12-6, Rebels lead at the end of the first quarter, and we get set for our second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Well, we haven't seen Taylor McKee yet in this game. She rolled her ankle in the JV game. Rebels went on to win that one 44-23, and she came back, played a lot, but you could see her throughout the rest of that JV game and in varsity warm-ups, pretty tender, pretty ginger, I guess, on the right ankle. And we have yet to see her so far in this varsity game. I imagine if there becomes a situation where there's a little foul trouble, they might bring her in. Stacy drives, dishes, Wallentine is stuffed, and Charles E. Rose comes down with it. The length of this Lyman team giving Rich a little bit of trouble, and Ellie Brown picks up her first personal, Rebel second team foul of the first half. Most times when we see Rich play Wyoming teams and you add that third official, most of the time we see a lot more fouls, but a fairly foul-free first quarter. That was just the 5th foul of the ball game. Inside, Stacy comes from the backside, steals it. Rich County Government steal. Rich County Government with it, Rebels with a championship cause. As she dribbles through traffic, it's poked away. Lyman comes up with it, push up ahead, and Peden hesitates, misses. Hatch with the rebound. She's wrapped up from behind, but rips it away and gives off to Wallentine. Rebels set up in the half court. Long pass to Brown, left baseline, back outside to Wallentine. Rebels trying to space and spread this Lyman Eagles defense out. Looks like a 2-3, depending on where the Rebels are at. Inside, Brown dribbles by the D, floats it up over the basket. She was right on the baseline, was not at an angle to use the glass, and just missed everything. Long pass across the top. Wallentine gets into Charles E. Rose for the foul. And AWOL will pick up her first personal foul. Rebel third team foul, 12-6, Rich on top. In the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Tingy checks in. For Rich, you've got Tingy, Staple, Stacy, Brown, and Cornea on the floor. Lyman trying to figure out what its lineup will be. Inbounds to Peden, and she's fouled on a shot attempt. Nicole heads to the free throw line for a pair of foul shots. Peden last year, almost 4 points a game, 2.5 rebounds as a senior this year. You've got Peden along with Hope Sinnott into the game. Peden airballs the first. Madison Harris, Caroline Bradshaw, and Bryce Hansen in the game. Lyman averaged last year 54 points a game. The Rebels have held them through the first almost 9 minutes. Well, just more than 9 minutes, actually, to 7 points as Peden hits the second free throw. Rebels lead 12-7. I guess the same could be said. Rich averaging 54 points a game this year, only 12 points through the first 9 minutes of action. Inbound to Stacy. Minute into the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. McKenna pushes the tempo a bit, tries to pass across the lane, poked away by Caroline Bradshaw. Stacy gets it back, recovers, and the Rebels set back up in the half-court offense. Stacy penetrates, gets through the D, fires it up, misses. J.C. Cornea the rebound, outside to Tingy. Sage drives, dishes off, Hatch baseline jumper, no, just off the back iron and out. Back the other way, Bradshaw thought she had a pass, picked up the ball with 2 hands, and then to avoid the travel, dribbled again. Taylor McKee, there she is, with that little bit of tenderness in the right ankle. She's trying to hide it. Just play through it. 6:21 left. Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rebels lead 12-7. Rich hasn't scored since late in the first. Cornea on the left baseline. Out to McKee. Taylor gives right side to Stacy. Rebels working around the arc against a 2-3 zone defense, and a pass by Tingy too high. Bradshaw going to the other end and makes the layup. Stacy had gotten back to defend, but Bradshaw gave just enough hesitation to get the shot to go. Stacy drives, dribbles, and pulls up at the free throw line, swishes it through. 14-9. Rebels having no success against the half-court defense of Lyman, but when they get things moving a little bit and then take a quick shot like Stacy did there, finding some success. Hansen drives and is fouled on the floor before the shot. Sage Tingy, I believe, the guilty party, and we'll confirm that from the station on main scoreboard. 5:38 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Tingy checks out, Wallenstein into the game as Hansen triggers in the inbound play from under her own hoop. Tries to just toss it in short, and Wallenstein tips it to herself and comes up with the Rich County government steal, but up court, pressured by Raven Heaton. Wallenstein mishandles it, dribbles it out of bounds. So the Rebels steal it and give it right back, leading 14-9 on the station on main scoreboard. Top of the key, Sinnott lobs inside, too long for Mandy Eyre. Or Hope Sinnott, that was Mandy Eyre the pass was intended for. Both teams with 7 turnovers here in this first half. 5:23 left, Stacy's Repair second quarter. And inbound, Madison Harris with her long arms deflects it away and out of bounds. McKee will inbound again. Rose checks back in. She's got 6 of the Eagles' 9 points in this first half. McKee bounces into Stacy. McKenna against the full court man-to-man pressure. Crosses over across the timeline. Picks it up to Cornea, left baseline. 10-footer, no. Rebound, bounced high and hustling for it. The Rebels on the baseline. Out of bounds to Rich. Hadley Gross was hustling. And no, out of bounds to Lyman. I thought so. Wallenstein got the save from Gross and had her tippy toes on the baseline. Long pass to nobody. Out of bounds, Rebel basketball. Lyman trying to break a little bit of half-court trap from Rich. Throws it away. 5:04 left. Stacy's Repair second quarter. Wallenstein inbounds to Stacy. Again, the full-court man-to-man pressure. Stacy crosses over and again crosses the timeline without too much trouble. Spins, free-throw line, dish inside. Hatch, one dribble. Back outside to Cornea. Wallenstein, McKee, left wing. Stacy. Long pass backdoor. Cornea thought about the shot, hesitated just long enough that then it was too late. McKee drives, dishes, Wallenstein, three-pointer right wing off the window. No, too strong. McKee tips it, and Wallenstein has it. Give McKee the offensive board on that. Inside, Hatch turns and hits from the right block. And again, give Taylor McKee credit for that on the hustle for the offensive rebound. Hatch with the bucket, and Rich leads 16-9. McKee barely got fingertips on that ball to keep the play alive for Rich. Stacy must have got bumped in the nose. She'll have to head for the locker room or for the bathroom. She's wiping her nose. Looks like she might have a bloody nose. So Rich sends in a couple of subs. Tingy and Staple into the game, along with Wallenstein, Hatch, and Cornea out there. for the time being in the Stacy's Repair second quarter, with Rich leading 16-9. Rose to the right, back to the left wing. Up top. Around the top, Hansen, and an illegal screen may have been the call there. It was an illegal screen or a block by Madison Harris, a blocking foul. It counts for turnover number 5 of this second quarter for Lyman. That's 9 turnovers already in the ball game. 4:05 left in the Stacy's Repair second. Tingy bounces a couple of times, Rebels to the free throw line, back outside. Tingy, left wing, Cornea, long skip pass to Wallentyne. Awal pulls it in, drives, floats, misses off the window. Cornea offensive board, back to Wallentyne, just inside free throw jumper, no. Rebound, Hatch fighting with Hansen, and jump ball is our first Mountain Valley Cattle Company jump ball of the game, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Possession arrow to the Lyman Eagles. Rebels pressing. Lyman beats it and gets the easy lay-in. Charles E. Rose with 8 points. 16-11. She's down on the right block and hits it wide open. Cornea, left corner. Free throw line to Tingy. Drives and hits. Sage moving to her left. Puts it up with her right off the window and in. 18-11. Rich back up by 7. Rose drives. Ball poked away into the hands of Raven Heaton, the sophomore. Back to Hansen. Bryce drives. Tons of contact. And the Rebels called for the foul. Will put Hansen on the line shooting 2. Hansen just lowered her head. She was going to either draw the foul or get called for the charge. And she hits the first free throw. Hansen last year, 8 points a game to go along with almost 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.5 steals per contest. Brings the Eagles within 6 with that free throw. Rebels on top. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, Rebels obviously the guest here at Lyman. Hansen hits both free throws, and Lyman climbs to within 5, 18-13 on the station on main scoreboard. Across the timeline, Hatch chases it down to Staple. Kendall, one dribble. Wallentyne across to Tingy on the left wing. Back to Wallentyne right wing. Awal dribbles, fires to Cornea, left corner. Back outside, Wallentyne. Quick pass, Hatch inside. One dribble, back out to Staple. Across to Tingy, drives and tries a hard bounce pass for Sydney Hatch on the right block. Pass was too strong, too low, and out of bounds. Rebel 4th turnover of the quarter. But Rich leads by 5, 18-13 on the station on main scoreboard. 2:40 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Bradshaw gives to Hansen. One dribble, dish off the air. Mandy misses everything. Looking for the glass, just didn't get the right angle, but an offensive board gives Lyman the ball back. Nicole Peden pulls up at the free throw line, airballs it, but the offensive rebound, Hansen saves it to air, and Mandy does the rest for the bucket. 18-15. Tingy across the timeline, right corner. Staple drives, floats, and hits. Kendall Staple creating some offense. Puts the Rebels back up by 5, 20-15. Down to the other end. Wallentyne steals it, but saving it on the out-of-bounds line, on the sideline. Saves it down to the baseline where Hatch can't quite get to it. 20-15. Rebels on top by 5. Stacy back out on the floor. Checks her nose one more time, makes sure nothing's coming out. But got a little bloody nose earlier, and she comes away with a quick Rich County government steal. Stacy turns, goes, double team on her, so she stops and pops from about 12 feet out and misses. Mandy Air with the Lyman rebound, gets her feet tangled up with Stacy, and McKenna comes up with a steal, and she's bumped down at the end by Nicole Peden. So Peden picks up a second foul, gives Stacy another Rich County government steal. I count that as her 3rd already of the ball game. She averages almost 5 per night or per game. To go along with her 19 points, 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 1 block per game. Minute 45 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rebels up by 5. McKenna drives again, dishes into the lane. Mandy Air reads it, steps in front for the steal. 5 Rebel turnovers in the second quarter. Other end, Peden pulls up and just gets it to skip over the front of the rim and in. 20-17. Rebel lead drops to 3. Stacy crosses over, passes the timeline, and avoids the 10-second violation. Dribbles, gets past the D, pulls up free throw line, misses, gets her own board. One dribble up and in off the glass. Stacy with 3 rebounds, 3 steals, 8 points, and the Rebels lead 22-17 with just over a minute left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter on the Station on Main scoreboard. Air dribbles left, bounces to Rose on the left wing. Back outside, Hansen for 3. Yes, Bryce Hansen buries it. No, that's Nicole Peden with the triple. And Lyman climbs to within 2. Cornea. Ooh, dangerous pass picked off by Mandy Air. It's off to the races. McKee, the only defender, back, and man, Bradshaw double dribbles trying to get the pass. That was, again, credit McKee right there forcing the turnover. She forced Bradshaw to make a decision, and Bradshaw couldn't make it in that split second. So Rich has a chance to extend its lead with just under 40 seconds left in the first half and leading 22-20. Again, the full court man-to-man pressure. Stacy gives to McKee. Taylor dribbles right. Defending her is Hope Sinnott, a senior. Taylor dribbles to her left and gives to Stacy. McKenna splits a couple defenders, tries to get away, and a reach in on Nicole Peden. Says, yeah, I got her, I know. That's Nicole's 3rd personal foul right before the end of this Stacy's Repair second quarter. So the Rebels, that's a 6th team foul on Lyman, and Rich will inbound from the sideline. We've only had 1 comprehensive family dental timeout so far today. Timeouts are brought to you by Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1997. Peden takes a breather for the final 25.7 after she just picked up a 3rd foul. Wallenstein in some trouble, throws it in to try and avoid a 5-second violation and throws it right to Lyman. Down to the other end, Wallenstein goes up high and knocks it away out of bounds. 20.7 seconds left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter, and Lyman will inbound from its own baseline. Into Sinnott on the right wing. Makes a move, dribbles across the lane. Heaton fires away on a long 2, can't get it. Hansen the rebound with 10 seconds for Lyman. Dribbles the lane, floats, and just misses. Rebound tipped out of bounds, Rebel basketball with 5.1 to go in the second quarter. And Rich leading 22-20. Wallenstein to inbound. Pressure there. To Stacy. McKenna with 3, 2, crosses the timeline, throws it up at the buzzer. She's fouled just before the horn. 0.5 seconds to go, and McKenna Stacy will go to the line and shoot 3 free throws. And Coach Hansen, he's not a real emotional guy, but there's some frustration there. Folds his arms, and Stacy goes to the line to shoot 3. McKenna's first, rims around and out. Stacy came into the game a 67% free throw shooter. Has 8 points and 2 more free throws coming at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Stacy's second, swish. 9 points for McKenna. The Rebels lead by 3. Coach Lundgren said, hey, girls, Ellie Brown and Sydney Hatch were down getting set to rebound. He says, no, girls, get back. Let's just avoid a foul. 0.5 seconds to go in the quarter till halftime. Stacy's 3rd Bear Lake Realty free throw is in. Rebels lead 24-20. Hansen fires full court, 3/4 court, and almost hits. In 0.5 seconds, she took a dribble and the shot, but couldn't get it to go. 24-20, Rebels lead by 4 at the half on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. The second quarter has been brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the third year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Welcome to the halftime show at Lyman High School. The Rebels jumped out to a 12-6 lead at the end of the first quarter. Lyman outpaced Rich by 2 in the second, but Rich leads 24-20. Heading for quarter number 3. We're at halftime, and coming up, we've got your Town of Randolph first half highlights on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Back on the Rebel halftime show. On the Station on Main scoreboard, Rebels lead by 4, 24-20. Some first half highlights brought to you by the Town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. And Rich was paced by McKenna Stacy's 10 points. 7 different Rebels scored in that first half, and that was part of the difference in that scoring balance. Again, 7 different Rebels for Lyman. Charles Lee Rose, the only one to score in the first quarter. They opened things up a little better in the second quarter, but 5 different players scored. Rose finished the first half with 8. Nicole Peden had 6 points, again, all in the second quarter. And then Bryce Hansen, Mandy Aaron, Caroline Bradshaw, 2 points apiece. For the Rebels, I mentioned McKenna Stacy's 10. Sage Tingy and Allie Wallentine, 3 points apiece. Wallentine with the T7 propane and Woodruff 3-point basket. Tingy with a 2-point field goal. That was a Bear Lake Physical Therapy point in their points in the paint, and then the 1 free throw. Ellie Brown, Kendall Staple, Sydney Hatch, and J.C. Cornea with 2 points apiece. And Rich leads 24-20. Too many turnovers for both teams in that first half, and that was one of our Thompson Ranch keys of the game. from the Lazy BT brand was take care of the basketball, limit turnovers. The golden rule is in basketball, the ball is treated like gold. It is worth its weight in gold on the court, especially when you limit possessions the way a team like Lyman likes to, slow things down and the type of defense they play. Luckily for Rich, who has 10 turnovers, Lyman has 12. And if you consider 2 points, 2 fewer possessions because of those turnovers, the Rebels lead by 4. That's the math works out about right for that. Rich has got to do a better job, though, I think, in the second half, taking care of the ball and obeying the golden rule, which is treat the ball like gold. All right, second half action is coming up. These first half highlights have been presented by the town of Randolph Mayor Lynn West and board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Third quarter will be brought to you by Epic Recreation when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
In Rich County, we know that our children are our future. Helping our kids grow into kind, productive adults is a community effort. This is Rolene Kennedy, Auto Farm Chevrolet's Rich County representative, serving my neighbors for more than 20 years. My kids are Rich High School graduates. When you need a vehicle, come and see me, new or pre-owned. I'll always treat you with respect and honesty, the Rich County way. Auto Farm Chevrolet, we're a community-driven dealer. Go Rebels!
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
The Rebels outpaced the Eagles 12-6 in the first quarter, but Lyman outscored Rich by 2 in the second. Rich leads by 4, 24-20 at the half. Our halftime highlights were brought to you by the town of Randolph, and we've got third quarter action coming up in just a minute. Let's recap, look back again on the Lazy BT Thompson Ranch keys of the game. Take care of the ball, the golden rule. Number 2 was start strong, which the Rebels did. Number 3 is match the physicality, which I think they're doing as well. Some shots that you need to fall haven't quite fallen today. They've missed a few bunny shots, so some down inside. But Rich hustling well, playing physical. And they've matched that physicality. They may have even set the tone in some aspects on that physicality. And so that's a good thing. And that's part of what has Rich on top, 24-20 here at the half. McKenna Stacy led all scorers with 10 points. And 6 other Rebels got in on the action as well. Lyman's defense has been tough egg to crack so far for Rich. The Rebels scoring about 54 points a game. Lyman has them on pace for 48, so not too bad. Let's see if Rich can push that tempo a little bit more in the second half. We'll see how things go. Rich comes out with Stacy, Walentine, Tingy, Brown, and Cornea on the floor. Rose, Bradshaw, Peden, Ayer, and Hansen out there for the Lyman Eagles. Rich has it to start our second half, and we are underway in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Rebels attacking right to left at MyLocalRadio.com, Old Chicago Pizza halftime slice. As Stacy thought about it, wanted the 3, but the defense right on her, and she able to avoid shooting, and would have been blocked, or maybe you avoided travel. Rebels turn it over, though, and the Eagles give it right back. Wallenstein steps in front for a Rich County government steal. The Tingy up ahead, misses too strong off the window. Air with the rebound for Lyman. Up to Bradshaw, a 3-on-2, and the Eagles miss from the left side. Stacy with the Rebel rebound, her third of the game, make it fourth by my tally, and she's fouled pretty quickly, trying to get out away from a double team. We'll pause just a moment for station identification.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
So Rich inbounds, and the Eagles have backed off just a little bit on that full court press. Tingy to the right side. Stacy fires left baseline. Brown back outside to Tingy. Stacy, double team comes out. Looks like a 2-3 zone or 3-2 zone defense. Maybe those corners are just coming way out high. Wallenstein got it trapped, but able to get it out to Tingy. Back to Stacy. McKenna, right corner, Cornea. JC back outside after one dribble to Stacy. McKenna drives, dishes, looking for Brown, and Air comes in, pokes it away out of bounds. Through the contact, no whistle except that it's out of bounds. Rebel basketball at Crawford Trophy and Randolph inbound play. Stacy to trigger it in. Goes left corner. Wallenstein, pass was too high. AWOL let it slip through her fingers, and the Rebels turned it over for a second time in the quarter, 12th time in the game. 6:51 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. That was not Ryan Thomas. That was Bryce Hansen inbound. I saw the two. The one was covered by Hansen's ponytail. Rose up top to Hansen. Dribbles to her left on the elbow, kicks it back outside, lob inside, Air. And Mandy turns and puts it up with the left hand and in. Mandy, a southpaw, takes advantage of that spot. She had good position down on the block. Tingy tries to drive, gets past the D, floats it up with the right hand off the window and in. Sage Tingy with 5 points. Quick answer by the Rebs. 26-22. Rich leads by 4. Air in the lane, tries to pass. Ball stripped away, and Rich comes up with a Rich County government steal. Not sure who to credit that to. Cornea was in on it. Brown tipped it. And then the Rebels came up with it. Just over 6 minutes left in the Epic third. Stacy tries to drive baseline. Hansen, good D, cuts her off. To Cornea, free throw line. Jumper, back iron, no, but Cornea was fouled, and JC goes to the line to shoot 2. A couple Bear Lake Realty free throws coming. The foul, Caroline Bradshaw with her first high school. That's her first foul in high school. This is her first game. She's a freshman and got the start today. Cornea gets the first one to go, back iron and down through. JC with a handful of rebounds. And 3 points. JC this season at the free throw line. These are not her first free throws. Misses the second one, back iron, and Lyman has the board. 27-22, Rich up by 5. Long pass, looking to the right block, and Hadley Grange throws it high and out of bounds to the Rebels. That's Lyman's 14th turnover of the game. Stacy inbounds, good cut. Wallenstein started left, went back right, and freed herself wide open. Cornea fakes a shot, kicks it back outside to Stacy, and then to Tingy on the left wing. Coach Lundgren calling out the play. Wallenstein, right corner. Stacy wanted the 3. Defense gets out on her, so she can't drive or shoot. Back outside, Wallenstein. Good catch on a high pass. To Stacy, again to AWOL. Left wing, Tingy looking inside. Nothing there. Bounces back across to Wallenstein. Long 3, right wing. Yes, Allie Wallenstein from downtown. Hits it. She was near Green River with that shot and buries it. Peden tries to answer. That was Hansen who tried to answer. Missed it. Offensive board by the Eagles. Missed, and Ellie Brown has the Rebel rebound. Her 4th by my count. Tingy gives to Brown. Ellie looks to her right and gives to Wallenstein. Allie one dribble to Tingy. Under 5 minutes to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Stacy open 3, left corner, just a bit strong off the iron. Rebound pulled down by the Eagles. Stacy steps in front, stationing Randolph. Steele puts it up with the left hand and off the glass and in. And Rich leads by 10, 32-22 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels have outscored the Eagles 2-4, 7-8-2 here in this third quarter. Brought to you by Epic Recreation. For all your rentals in Bear Lake, visit epicrecreation.net. Bradshaw, left wing. Picks up the dribble, looks to the left side, and a hold foul. She gives off right side to Hansen. Sage Tingy got a hold of her. Tingy would be her second. It is. A few subs in. Mandy Rose, Nicole Peden, and Charles E. Rose back into the ball game for Lyman. Rich with Tingy, Cornea, Walentine Brown, and Stacy on the floor. Just about midway through the Epic Recreation third quarter, and a foul away from the ball. Walentine trying to keep Hadley Gross from getting position, and oh no, it was Ellie Brown called for the foul. Excuse me, her third. Timeout on the court. We'll take one as well with 4:22 left. Third quarter, Rich has opened up a double-digit 10-point lead on the Station on Main scoreboard here on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Lyman to inbound. Midway through the third quarter, lob it into the middle. Air tips it again, and out of bounds. In traffic, a lot of traffic there from Rebel defenders, but good defense as Rich didn't create contact, but defended well, and the Eagles turn it over for a third time in the quarter. Rich inbounds. Walentine back to Stacy. Stacy to Walentine, back to McKenna. Tingy gives to Stacy. Looks left. Defense coming way out high. Tingy looks right corner, finds A-Wall inside. Great catch by Cornea. Hands off to Tingy, cutting into the lane, misses the layup right side. Through pressure, and Stacy trying to pull the rebound away. Got an arm. From here, it looked like what maybe could have been a jump ball, but the official saw an arm get hit and gives McKenna Stacy her third personal foul, Rebel third team foul. So you got Stacy and Brown with three personal fouls apiece. Nobody else with, well, Tingy has two. Nobody else has more than one. Air, left side, gets past the D, drives, floats, misses, but a foul on the floor. And Sage Tingy just picked up her third. She may have just picked up a T. Not happy about the whistle as she headed to the bench. Said something the official didn't like, and Sage just picked up her third and fourth personal fouls, including a technical, which will put, no, that's Sage Tingy's third, fourth, and fifth, so she's out. Tingy. And I heard Coach Lundgren, as he must have heard what she said as well, said Sage, almost in that tone. Charles E. Rose at the line, shooting two technical free throws. First one was short, just cleared the rim and in. So she'll get the two technical free throws. And then Lyman, I think, will inbound from the sideline or baseline. Rose with 9 points in the game, looks to make it 10 and does with a swish on the second free throw. 32-34. This could be a it could even be a 6-point possession potentially. But with the technical free throws, they made the 2 points and have the basketball. Mandy Air from just in front of us at midcourt gives to Rose. Charlesy to the left side. Stacy defending. Good defense by McKenna. Back up top to Mandy Air. Walentine on her in a man-to-man defense. Underneath, and Staple coming from the backside. Foul as Hadley Gross received the pass. Shot missed short, but goes to the line. Lyman Eagles so far in the game, 7 of 8 at the free throw line, and 2 more free throws coming. We'll get a good number after these two of what they're shooting as a team percentage-wise. That's 7 of 9 as Gross misses the first. The senior, who scored about a point per game last year, 1.5 rebounds as a junior for this team that took second place at the Wyoming State 3A tournament. Misses the second free throw as well. Rebound tipped around, and Sydney Hatch has it for the Rebels. So 70% in this first 3 quarters for the Lyman Eagles from the free throw line. 32-24. Stacy drives, foul on the side. That's on the floor. Second personal foul against Caroline Bradshaw. Hansen checks back in for Lyman. And Walentine over to trigger in the Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. A-Wall goes to the corner. Staple quickly to Hatch. Looks, gives to Stacy at the free throw line. Quick jumper, back iron, rattles around and pops out. Bryce Hansen with the Lyman rebound. Quickly up ahead. They go inside. No, Wallenstein got up, tipped it, tries to save it on the baseline. Couldn't get there. But, boy, if Wallenstein doesn't get a hand on that, I think it was Hadley Gross all alone up under the basket. Rich takes a timeout, leading 32-24 in the Epic Recreation third quarter. We'll take a quick comprehensive family dental timeout as well on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Welcome back to Lyman, where the Rebels lead 32-24 in the Epic Recreation third quarter. A timeout on the court. Rebels and Eagles started this third quarter. The Lyman Eagles scored the first 2 points and made it a 2-point ball game, 24-22. And then Rich went on a 10-0 run. That put them up. I guess it was an 8-0 run. That put them up by 10 points. Part of that was Allie Wallenstein's deep three-pointer and McKenna Stacy's steal and layup. So 32-24, Lyman with the basketball coming out of the timeout to Mandy Ayer on the left wing. Sage Tingey fouled out with 3:48 left in the third quarter. Pass down inside, Rebels tip it, and J.C. Cornea, strong hands, pulls it away. McKenna got the block. Inside to Cornea. J.C. on the left side, back out to the wing. Staple across the top to Wallenstein. Left, right corner. Stacy misses the three, but she's bumped after the shot. It was an easy call. Hadley Gross just backed a little too far into Stacy, and McKenna will inbound from the baseline. They'll say it was too long after the shot to give her free throws. So Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play for Rich. Second personal foul on Hadley Gross. Fourth team foul for the Eagles. Wallenstein into Hatch at the free throw line. Back out to Stacy. Looks backdoor. Left block to Cornea. Pass outside, and Charles E. Rose deflects it out of bounds. 2:39 left. Epic Recreation third quarter, and Rich to inbound again from this near sideline. Staple, fake a pass to make a pass. She did it right. To Stacy, quickly to Cornea, right side. Air on her, good defense. Back across the top. Staple inside. Hatch back out to Wallenstein. Left wing three. No, just short. Off the front iron over the top. Mandy Ayer chases it down in the far corner. Bryce Hansen quickly up to Rose. Charlesy dribbles right, drives, floats, hits, and Allie Wallenstein charged with the blocking foul. Rose gets the bucket and will head to the free throw line for a chance at a three-point play. Wallenstein's second personal foul. Wallenstein trying to draw the charge, but just wasn't there in time. And Rose, who's a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line this afternoon, can bring Lyman within 5. And she does. Rattles home. A three-point play completed by Charles E. Rose. 32-27. Rebel lead is down to 5. Rebel's 7th team foul. That's a lot of fouls through just 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Of course, one of those was a technical, so you add one that didn't happen in the course of the action. Inbound to McKee. Taylor across the timeline. Double team comes, bounces to Stacy. McKenna inside, looking for Brown, ripped away by Hansen, and she chases it down in the corner. Brown pokes it away out of bounds. Lyman basketball. Rebel 4th turnover of the Epic Recreation third quarter. Eagles to Mandy Ayer, free throw line, swish. Good high arching shot. And The Eagles climb to within 3. Mandy Air with 5 points in the quarter. Stacy, the other end, drives, gets through the defense, misses. Brown tips the rebound back to Stacy. Across the key to Cornea, and hands all over her. A foul will be a 5th team foul against the Lyman Eagles. J.C. Cornea with at least 3 offensive rebounds in the ball game. And Rich with a Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Looking for maybe a Bear Lake Physical Therapy points in the paint here. Stacy inbounds to Brown. Outside, Cornea, left wing 3. Stacy from the corner, got it. McKenna Stacy, you bet it. She's open, gets the time she needs, delivers. 35-29. That's a T7 Propane and Woodruff 3-pointer. Inside, Walentine reads the pass from Caroline Bradshaw, steps in front for a Rich County government steal. That's got to be Walentine's 3rd or 4th Rich County government steal of the game. McKee picks up the dribble and called for the travel. Must have drugged the pivot foot enough. I wasn't watching that pivot foot, so I can't say whether she did or not, but obviously the officials saw it, so she did. 1:14 left in the Epic Recreation 3rd quarter. Rebels with a 6-point lead, 35-29 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rose to Bradshaw. Inside, Walentine again reads it, but Air pulls it down and turns and shoots it. Rimmed around to the glass and then back down through. 35-31, Mandy Air, 7 points in the Epic Recreation 3rd. McKee dribbles around and gives to Stacy at the center timeline with 44 seconds left in the Epic 3rd. McKee, right corner. Cornea, long 2. Got it, J.C. Cornea. That was about a 16-footer, 37-31. Rose quickly pushes up court. Back to Hansen, then to Rose for 3. Right on target, rims out. Great box out by McKenna Stacy and pulls in the rebound. McKenna up ahead. She's got McKee. Taylor to the right side, just too strong. Cornea offensive board, and Bradshaw fouls her on the putback. J.C. Cornea, that's at least 4 offensive rebounds in the game. I probably have missed one. So Cornea goes to the line with a chance to put Rich on top. Could extend the lead out to 8. It's a 6-point lead currently, and Cornea shoots 2. First Bear Lake Realty free throw, left side iron, no. Bear Lake Realty is the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake area. Call Gary McKee today or visit their website, bearlakerealty.com. Cornea, couple dribbles, spins it, and fires away. This one swishes through. 38-37, so Cornea hits 1 of 2. She's 50% from the free throw line today, 2 of 4. Rebels as a team, 5 of 9, just better than 50%. Hope, right side, or Harris rather, dribbles into the lane, misses the shot. McKee with the rebound, pushing up court. Time running down, steps through the D, floats it up, and just misses at the buzzer. 38-31, Rebels lead by 7 at the end of the Epic Recreation 3rd quarter. Brought to you by Epic Recreation. For all your rentals in Bear Lake, visit epicrecreation.net or find them on Facebook.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
The Eagles in this ball game, 8 of 11 rather, from the free throw line. Rebels 5 of 9 total. Eagles have it to start this fourth quarter action, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Pass inside. Brown tips it away from behind. Stacy comes up with it, and she's fouled. A 7th team foul by the Lyman Eagles will put McKenna at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
Foul on Lyman. Heading to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Number 1, McKenna Stacy.
So Stacy to the line is 2 of 3 in the ball game. Was fouled on a 3-point shot just before the end of the first half. Foul charge to Hope Sinnott. I've got that as her second personal foul. One and one opportunity here, and Stacy misses the front end. Brown fighting for the rebound, can't get it away from Bryce Hansen. So Rich misses a point opportunity there. Hansen drives, floats, misses, gets her own rebound, and puts it back up and in. Bryce Hansen, boy, took over right there and brings Lyman to within 5, 38-33 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Stacy finds a lane, dishes out, left corner baseline. Cornea misses. Brown chases the rebound down for Rich. And to Wallentine, where she's fouled by Raven Heaton. So that'll send Wallentine to the free throw line. JC Cornea has been a beast on the boards today. I've got that as her 5th offensive board and 8th rebound overall unofficially. Wallentine at the line, shooting 1 and 1. Allie with 6 points in the game. A pair of 3-pointers. Can't get that one to go short off the front iron. Rebound. Rich tips it away from Lyman out of bounds. That's at least 2 more free throw attempts that Rich has left. And it would have been at least 2 more points had they made those the front end of the 1-and-1s. Bear Lake Realty free throws may come up big as it's a 5-point game and we're coming down to the wire. 1 minute left, or 1 minute gone in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Ball is loose. Hansen on the floor. Stacy reaches down, grabs a hold of it for a jump ball. Brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Possession arrow to Rich. Make sure to stay tuned in our postgame. We'll have a quick Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and give the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision play of the game. Rolling Kennedy Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play, and the LSR refrigerated adjustment of the game as well. Wallentine drives, dishes to Stacy down in the corner. Up top, across to Brown in the left block, and Ellie shoots over the defense and in off the glass, 40-33. Rich leads by 7. Great pass from Stacy to Brown. Air, long 2, left side, misses short. Rebound, Hansen saves it to Air. Mandy kicks it outside. Sinnott to the right wing. Charlesie Rose gives off to Heaton, and she drives, fouled on the way to the hoop. Misses the shot, but heads to the free throw line. The foul, Ellie Brown, her 4th. Brown has 4 points and a handful of rebounds, and Sydney Hatch checks into the ball game as Raven Heaton, the sophomore, swishes her first free throw home. That's been a big contrast today. The Rebels 5 of 11 from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, whereas Lyman 9 of 12. 75%. Heaton's second free throw. Rims around and out. Hatch with the Rebel rebound. And she's got a handful of rebounds of her own. 40-34. Rich leads by 6. McKee out high on the right wing. Sage Stingy fouled out with just under 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Hatch on the left baseline was wide open and kicks it back outside. The Rebels work it around and throw it away out of bounds. And not sure what Hatch was thinking there. She's just got to go up with that shot. She's got size advantage over just about everybody on the floor. Doesn't take a lot of shots, and that may be one where coach will say, hey, Sydney, you got to shoot that. Timeout on the floor with 6:07 left to go. Lyman takes a timeout, trailing by 6 here at Lyman High School. This fourth quarter is brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. We'll keep it here for the moment and give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Bear Lake Realty. Where's the Bear Lake Realty? Free throws right now for Rich, 5 of 11, so 45%, whatever that is. For the season, they came in 63%. Had a Rebel fan ask me what free throws, how Rich is doing on free throws. It's not good today. 5 of 11, including the last couple of opportunities. They've been at the free throw line and missed the front end of a 1-and-1. This is the Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, Bear Lake Realty, they can help you buy a home in beautiful Bear Lake, rent it out so it pays for itself. You can enjoy it some of the time as well. Pretty soon you've got your own beautiful home in the Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake. Visit bearlakerealty.com or call Gary today at 435-946-8888. That's 435-946-8888 to learn more. Rich leads 34-40. We'll see if my scoreboard cam can refocus on the scoreboard. There we go. Rebels up by 6. Lyman with the basketball. Stacy with 3 personal fouls, defending hard on Bryce Hansen. Picks up the dribble and gives to Air. Mandy defended man-to-man by J.C. Cornier. Rebels have gone in and out of man and zone defense. Right corner, 3-point shot. Bradshaw can't get it. Stacy has position on Hansen, who tries to knock the ball away and gets a piece of Stacy's arm for the foul. I've got that as Hansen's first personal foul. We'll see if the scoreboard confirms that. No, a second personal foul. McKenna Stacy goes to the line for 1-1. McKenna, an uncharacteristic 2 of 4 from the line today, 50%. She's usually closer to 65 or 70% free throw shooter. This one too strong. Back iron. J.C. Cornier, Rebel rebound. Offensive board. J.C. Cornier bounces back to Stacy. Rebel lead is 6 with under 6 minutes to go. Cornier on the left wing. That's not Cornier, but McKee to Wallenton on the right wing. Long skip pass to Stacy. It was low because she didn't have time to put up a 3. Instead, skips it back to Wallenton. AWOL into the middle, looking for Cornier. Pass too strong and into the hands of Charles E. Rose. But Stacy stays back, takes it away, drives to the side, to the hoop, and puts it in with the left hand. 42-34, another Rich County Government steal. Rich County Government Rebels with a championship cause. That's got to be McKenna's 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5th by my count. And the bucket, she's got 17 points. Her 3rd steal and score of the game. 3-point shot. Charles E. Rose from the left wing. Got it. Rose having herself a big game. 42-37. Rebel lead back to 5. Wallenton way out high on the right wing. Holds. Now gives to Stacy in the right corner. McKenna dribbles by the D, drops it in for Cornier, turns, shoots, a lot of contact. JC ends up on the floor, but no foul. Charles E. Rose the rebound. Up across the timeline goes Hansen, drives, floats, and hits. Bryce Hansen all the way end to end, 42-39. Eagles within 3 with 4:34 left to go. And we take a timeout on the court. We'll take one, too. Brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl offering quality family dentistry since 1997.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Eliana Brown with coverage of Rich High basketball on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the 3rd year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Rebels shooting just 42% from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line in this game. If they'd even been shooting their average, what they came in shooting 63% as a team, they'd be, instead of 5 of 12, say they're at 7 of 12. That's still 2 more points. That's a 5-point lead instead of a 3-point lead. Rich with the basketball. Stacy inbounds to McKee, back to Stacy. Lyman has switched to, still in the zone defense, but they've backed off on the full court pressure. McKee out on the right wing. Just under 4.5 left to go. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital 4th quarter, and the Rebels playing some keep away, eat up some clock. Leading 42-39. Wallenton to McKee. Taylor holds. Defense comes to her. She'll pick it up, find a lane, drives all the way to the hoop. She's clothesline, no whistle. Ball tipped out, Rebel ball. Wow. You could see her head get whipped back a little bit on that drive. And fortunately for Rich, they maintain possession. Wallenton. Crawford, Troff, and Randolph inbound play. Goes to Stacy back at the timeline. McKenna gives back to AWOL. And Alley. And the Rebels play a little more keep away. McKenna drives, free throw line jumper. Back iron, no good. Rebound, pulled down Hadley Gross of Lyman. They have a chance to tie. Rose dribbles down to the right block, back outside. Bradshaw dribbles right, then back to her left. Hanson backs it out. Rebels in a man-to-man defense with under 4 to go. Hanson dribbles left. Stacy on her with 3 personal fouls. Up top, Air. 3 Eagles there. Air dribbles to her left, drives, floats it way up high. A wild shot. Rebound. McKee had it, ripped away. It's on the floor. Hanson kicks it out to Bradshaw. Long 2. Air ball over the top. Rebound. Air tips it away from Stacy, but McKenna then rips it away from, or tries to get away from Charles E. Rose, and a jump ball is the call. Rebels not going after that loose ball with as much hustle as Lyman did on that particular play, and Lyman comes away with the benefit. Mount Valley Cattle Company jump ball, possession arrow to the Eagles. Hanson drives into the lane, tries to dish outside. Hatch poked it away, and Stacy comes up with the Rich County Government steal. Give Hatch the credit on that Rich County Government steal. Lyman with 3 turnovers in the quarter. I've got him with 20 in the ball game. Stacy for 3, yes, back iron and drops down through. McKenna Stacy, 20 points in the ball game. A big-time T7 Propane and Woodruff three-pointer puts Rich up by 6. Stacy, no hesitation to pull the trigger and buries it. Under 3 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Hanson dribbles to her left. Stacy comes out high on the defense and then gives to Air. Mandy fakes the shot, drives, Rebels foul on the floor. It'll still be free throw, at least 1 and 1 for Mandy Air, who so far today has not attempted a free throw. She had 6 points in the third quarter, has 8 points in the ball game, and shoots 1 and 1. Foul charge there to J.C. Cornea. Air's free throw, front iron, bounces once, twice, and then rolls over and in. The Eagles today, 10 of 14 from the free throw line. A far contrast from the Rebels, 5 of 12. Air's second. This one, no. Rims out, and Hatch with the Rebel rebound. 45-40. Rich up by 5. Wallentine against full court pressure from Caroline Bradshaw. Gets it across the timeline to Stacy. McKenna dribbles behind the back, then to her right, finds a lane, dishes off. Hatch wide open, left block, puts it up and in off the window. And there's what we needed, a big-time play there. Sydney Hatch with the finish. McKenna Stacy with the assist. Hanson drives over the defense, shoots, misses. Rebound tipped out. Hanson has it, lobs it back to Air. Mandy fights through the D, puts it up and in. A lot of contact there, no foul. 47-42. Rebel lead remains at 5. And Bradshaw reaches in. That'll send Wallentine, or Stacy rather, to the line. This time she'll shoot 2 as we're into the double bonus. Caroline Bradshaw's fourth personal foul, and Stacy, who's missed her last 2 free throws, both front ends of 1-and-1 opportunities, goes to the line and shoots 2. She's got 20 points in the ball game, at least 5 steals, and a handful of rebounds, and hits the first back iron and down through. If the Rebels want to hold on for the win here, they're going to have to hit free throws down the stretch, and they may get plenty of them. That's a 10th team foul, so it's double bonus the rest of the way. Another Bear Lake Realty free throw. McKenna Stacy swishes it through. 22 points in the game, 49-42. Rich up by 3 possessions, a 7-point lead with under 2 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Air for 3, short, but a travel. Mandy Air stepped up and took an extra step. That's a good catch by the official. I didn't see that travel, but I wasn't looking at the feet, but the official caught it. So against some full court pressure, we'll see if Rich can adjust to this. It would be your LSR adjustment of the game. LSR refrigerated. McKee dribbles away from pressure, up and leads McKenna Stacy perfectly across the timeline. Blocked. J.C. Cornea down on the right block, but Cornea will go to the line. And McKee with the good pass there to the running Stacy across the timeline to Cornea underneath the hoop. Bryce Hanson, the guilty party on the foul, sends J.C. Cornea to the line to shoot 2. Cornea, 2 of 4 at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line in the ball game, and misses short off the front iron. 49-42, Rebels up by 7. It would be a well into double-digit lead if Rich was hitting their free throws, but they're not. So still, I don't know if it's a comfortable lead, but a 4-possession lead. Cornea's second free throws, back iron and down through. JC 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points in the game. puts Rich up by 8, 50-42, with a minute 40 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. McKee goes for the steal and almost forces the turnover, but what a hustle. Raven Heaton saves it for Lyman. McKenna Stacy pokes it away, another Rich County government steal. Stacy pulls up, and she's blocked by Charles E. Rose, and then a foul coming down. Stacy picks up the foul. Rose made the block and then came to Stacy, and they fought for the ball. McKenna called for her. The scoreboard says that's just her second personal. I had it as her fourth. I'm way off. We'll take second. That looks a lot better on the score sheet. 2 fouls instead of 4. Puts Charles E. Rose at the free throw line, shooting 2. Double bonus action for both teams the rest of the way. Rose first. No! That's her first free throw miss. She was 5 for 5 prior to that off the left side of the iron and out. Rose with 15 points in the ball game, looks to make it 16. Last year as a freshman averaged almost 2 points per game. Rose can make it a 7-point ball game and does. Front iron to the glass and down through. 50-43. Rebels lead. Again, the full court pressure. Long pass ahead. Cornea just holds on the sideline. Pressure there, and Coach Lundgren takes a timeout with 1:15 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth, and Rich leading by 7, 50-43. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the third year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
(50-43) the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rebels lead by 7. A minute 15 left to go. Rich, last time they beat Lyman was in the 2004-05 season. Rebels beat them 60-39. The last time they played here at Lyman, Eagles ran away with a 67-40 win over Rich. That was 2 years ago. Last year at Rich, the Lyman Eagles beat Rich by 13, 62-49. Wallenstein with the Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Gets it into Stacy. McKenna keeps the ball away from the defending Raven Heaton. Dribbles to her left, stops, backs it out, creates a new 5-second time, and then gives off to McKee. Taylor dribbles to her right, backs it out, finds some lane, drives into the baseline, and then kicks it back out in the corner for Cornea, deflected away out of bounds. Good awareness there. Rebels' ultimate goal here, run out the clock. If they can get an easy bucket, they'll take it. With under a minute to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play, and Stacy goes into Wallenstein. Alley dribbles out to the center timeline. Lyman into man-to-man, pressure defense way out high, and Wallenstein fouled as she heads toward the free throw line. Alley will go to the line. Coach Lundgren says, way to go, ladies. They burned off about 20 seconds of clock time and earned a trip to the free throw line. Wallenstein 0 for 1 in the game. Foul charge to Madison Harris, the senior's second personal. Wallenstein at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. First, got it, swish. Alley has 7 points in the game, came in averaging 9.5 with 2 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and has a second free throw opportunity coming at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Visit BearLakeRealty.com. The most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Wallenstein's second free throw, back iron and down through strong. 52-43. Rebels with a 9-point, still not quite comfortable, but with that throwaway by Lyman, the lead just gets comfortable. 37.5 seconds to go. Lyman turns it over for a 5th time in the quarter. Gross threw it to the sideline as Harris cut down toward the baseline. Wallenstein inbounds to Cornea, handoff to Stacy. McKenna goes to the hoop, up and in, got it, and the foul. Blocking foul by Caroline Bradshaw, and in her first varsity game, she fouls out with 34 seconds to go. 2 points. So Stacy goes to the line for 2 more free throws. She's made her last 2 after missing 2 in a row. Has 22 points in the game. Kendall Dickerson checks in. Sophomore into the ball game, and Rich just needs to close this one out to improve to 5-0. Stacy's first free throw, back iron and down through, and the three-point play completed. McKenna has 25 in the ball game, 55-43. Rich leads by 12. Air dribbles left, splits the defense, goes up and in. Nice drive by Mandy Air, finding a lane and finishing. 55-45. Rebels up by 10 with under 20 seconds to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. I think Lyman hoping for a takeaway here, but not going to press, not going to foul. It's out of reach to try and do that. Stacy dribbles, eats up some clock. Make sure to keep that distance so she doesn't get the 5-second count in a one man-to-man situation. Handoff to Hatch, right corner, and she holds for the final seconds. 55-45. Rebels improve to 5-0 on this season. Lyman dips to 0-1. And the Rebels, led by McKenna Stacy, will tell you more about some final stats and highlights. The Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap coming up when we return. This fourth quarter has been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer, or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
The Rebels with the win at Lyman. Finished strong. We started strong, finished strong. We'll tell you more about it now on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meat, 113 Front Street in Evanston. And the Rebels needed to start strong, and they did at Lyman. Rich came in at 4-0. This is Lyman's season opener. And the Rebels outpaced the Eagles 12-6 in the first quarter. It was a balanced scoring attack through the entire game with 7 different Rebels scoring, and McKenna Stacy ended up leading the way with 25 points for Rich. In the second quarter, Lyman made it close. They got to within 2, but Rich pulled back out with a couple of free throws right before the end of the first half, and Rich led by 4. In the third quarter, Rich got a deep 3 from Allie Wallenstein, an and 1 from McKenna Stacy, plus a steal and a layup a couple of times by Stacy, and some big-time offensive rebounding. J.C. Cornea finished with, I had her with 6 offensive rebounds in the game to go along with her 7 points, and Rich pulled away late. They went on an 8-0 run early in the third quarter and then pushed back out again late in the fourth for a 55-45 victory. First time Rich has beat the Lyman Eagles since the 2004-05 season. They'd lost 6 straight, but beat them today at Lyman High School on this December 13th. Friday the 13th, the Rebels win 55-45. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day at 113 Front Street in Evanston, Jimmy John's. Stay tuned. We'll have a real quick post-game recap with the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play, the Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet Shot and Play, and the LSR Refrigerated adjustment of the game when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Well, the Rebels had struggled through the first three quarters at the free throw line, going just better than 50%, 5 of 9, and then in the fourth quarter they missed their first three free throws in that fourth quarter. So at that point they were 5 of 12 from the free throw line, but then down the stretch, Rich hit 7 in a row from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line to finish in the game 12 of 19, which is 63%. That's right at their team average of 63%. At one point, they were down around 40%, just 5 of 12, but again, hit their final 7 free throws in a row. And that really made the difference. Lyman had climbed to within. They'd made it a 3-point gain, 42-39. But down the stretch, Rich hit free throws and ended up with the victory. So the Rebels with a 55-45 win over Lyman. McKenna Stacy, 25 points in the victory, and Allie Wallentine with 8. As we move along to the Rolling Kennedy Auto Farm Chevrolet play and shot of the game, the free throws. Rich, as I mentioned, hit 7 in a row down the stretch from the free throw line, and that sealed the win. They had to hit those free throws going down the stretch, and they did, and that earned them the victory. So Rich with the free throws, that's your Rolling Kennedy shot of the game. Play of the game also brought to you by Rolling Kennedy, and that was McKenna Stacy's 2 or 3 times in this game. She kind of hung back and snuck a steal and then turned it around and took it in for the layup. And she did that at least 2, maybe 3 times today. That's your play of the game, brought to you by Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealer. All right, let's see. So there's your Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game. And your McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. I think that goes to Allie Wallentine's deep 3 early in the third quarter. Lyman had climbed to within 2, 24-22. They took a 2-0 lead early, and then Rich tied it at 2 and never trailed. Wallentine hit a 3 to make it 5-2 in the first quarter, and then hit another big 3 and from deep in the third quarter to push the Rebels back out. And at that point, it made it 30-22, part of an 8-0 Rebel run. Big-time play there. The McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. And the adjustment of the game, take your pick on the adjustment down the stretch. Lyman switched defenses. They were in and out of a press all afternoon. But then one big adjustment that the Rebels made, obviously hitting those free throws. They finished 7 of 7 at the free throw line. So those 2 factors, a big part of today's win, and the adjustment of the game brought to you by LSR Refrigerated in Garden City. LSR Refrigerated, Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wish the Rebels good luck. Well, I'm going to cut this post-game show short as I've got about a 4.5-hour drive ahead of me to get down to Richfield and cover the boys' game tonight against Wayne. Again, a final score 55-45 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels win at Lyman and improve to 5-0 on this young season. Rich will be in action tomorrow at Altamont. Our Rebel coverage continues tonight when Rich takes on Wayne. We'll go on the air. We'll hope for 8 o'clock, but we'll get on as soon as I possibly can tonight from the Sevier Valley Center and the Central Utah Boys Basketball Preview. Until then, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for to our producer back in the studio, Preston Bush. Thanks to our videographer, our camera operator, Gary McKee. I'm Ryan Steineckert. We'll talk with you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ-FM 98.3, with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals. Evanston Regional Hospital, Plains Tire of Evanston, by Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, The Store, by the Come On In of Casper, Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, and by My Local
mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with Evanston's Elin Olive, the Bridger Valley's Jake Hibbard, and production group, Preston Bush, AJ Lamb, and Alyssa McDaniel. Biggest thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. And like mylocalradio.com on Facebook to stay up to date with game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until next time.